Hey YouTube, fired up fish tanks, how's it going? This is an update on my 10-gallon hex tank. As you can see, I've added some more plants in there. First I'll just go over some of the plants that I've already had planted in there from my last video. As you can see, the wisteria is doing pretty well. Actually, some new sprouts or new leaves have grown. However, there was some melting that occurred with the plant, was with some of its leaves. But definitely I see a lot of new growth though. Like I said, up on the top, that's new. Also here on the side and to the back, those guys are doing pretty well as well. Sorry about that. Sorry about the bad angle. But yeah, those wisteria is doing pretty well as well. And the Anubias, I'm not sure if this is Anubias or Amazon sword. I just really am clueless of what my plants are. I still have yet to really make sure, because like I said, I didn't buy these plants. A lot of these plants were just given to me by a friend who was moving. So I'm not sure if these are Amazon swords or if these are just Anubias. If someone can help me out, that'll be great. So those are doing pretty well too. Some new leaves there, sprouting up. This little guy is doing pretty well. I saw some roots like starting to form. This is the, I believe that's dwarf sage. Also showing some growth. It's a new leaf right there, and that one's booming as well. Also, oh yeah, I got some. I believe this is Riccia or something. Yep. This is actually got scooped up with a quarry when I was buying one from my LFS. So I found it in my filter and it was actually still growing, so I decided to just get it and tie it up in a little rock. I saw this from another YouTube user, how they were growing Riccia. So hopefully that grows for me, because that'll be great. I mean, it was just a little bit that was in a little bag with a quarry in it, so looks like it's pretty good. Also, as I was checking, this is also some new plants that I got. This is actually from the trip in a creek in Merritt Island, the video I've had before, finding aquatic plants in the wild. I believe this is Kabamba. I'm not really sure either, but this one's growing great. I mean, as you can see, maybe this one 2 days ago when I found it, it was only up to here. This is all new. And seriously, that's just been a couple days that has like grown tall like that. I believe it's just really trying to get some light, so it's growing towards the light. The Bacopa right there is doing also pretty well, throwing down some roots. Also some new sprouts on the side of it, so that's doing good. And what else? Oh yeah, I also got some. This one I purchased at Dark Aquatics right here in Orlando. I got some micro sword. This one I'm really excited about. I really want to grow this because I really want to do that. I believe it's called Iwagumi style. That Amano, who's like into the whole planted tanks, like the master of it. I really like that style, that Iwagumi style, with the micro sword and with, like grassy type, and then with a big hardscape. So I thought that was pretty cool. So I want to really start growing this, so when I'm ready, when the discus are big enough, I can do that in their tank and just completely grow this. So I got that. I ended up trimming it. This is actually, when I bought it, it was actually an inch longer. So it was an inch longer than what you see now. Right now this is about, I would say, 2.5 inches long. So it was growing up to like right there. So I trimmed it because of the tips of it had some algae, and so I just want to, go ahead and trim that. And besides, I didn't want it to be super long, so I trimmed that back. And another upgrade to this tank is the lighting. I ended up taking off the custom light for this tank because the bulb that fits in it only was using 8 watts, so I wasn't putting out too much light. So I did the whole desk lamp clip on it. This one is a CFL bulb, so it's a 40 watt that uses only 13 watts. So I've definitely seen a lot of growth because of me switching my light. However, what happened was I wasn't really monitoring how long my light is on for. So I believe I started to grow some algae, but right before it gets any worse, I went ahead and I installed a timer. Right now I'm doing 6.5 hours on it a day. We'll see how that goes, as there is some algae. At first I thought it was just melting, like from the plant, but I believe that is like red algae forming. So I went ahead and got some. I'm sorry, there he goes. Yeah, so I believe that is red algae. I thought it was melting at first, but I guess it's not. So I did cut back on my lighting as well. And I did also start using Flourish Excel. So I'm doing the Flourish Excel on it. As far as dosing it, I heard that if you do a Flourish Excel directly on the algae, that will also kill it. So I've been doing a little bit of that. Last night I did have a little bit of a scare because I was doing the whole doing the Excel with a little syringe that I have with this thing right here. So I was doing the Excel with a little syringe right on the plants, on the leaves that has algae on it, and then suddenly I saw my rummy nose tetra started to like just be still, and scales would flap so hard. So I think I did overdosing, so I quickly did a 30% water change because I just didn't want to lose those guys because I really like those. So that's one thing to be careful of if you're going to use Flourish Excel, is be careful of the dosing. Watch for the fish and the signs for them, because if you do too much, you can suffocate them. So they're doing great though. They're really shy guys. At night they're really active, but when the lights are on, they seem to hide. So yeah, I'm going to show you again the micro sword because I really love this plant. Can't wait when it starts just covering the entire like foreground. Also the dwarf sage, that's awesome. Another thing I'm excited, like I said, is this Rhesia. I hope it covers the whole entire rock, and I hope I can start growing a lot more of that. That'll be amazing. So yeah, everything's going pretty well, I would say, in this my first planted tank. I've yet to do anything about the substrate. Like I said, it's still just a regular gravel. The finer gravel is just, I believe it's just silica. My LFS, the Dark Aquatics in Orlando, she sold me this right here. This is what she uses in her planted tank. She uses this, silica, and argonite with that mix in her planted tank, and she said it does well for her, so I was going to give it a try. It gives the micro sword especially a little bit more of a hold as far as their rooting system. So yeah. So please comment, like, and subscribe. If you have any suggestions, comments, and tips, please leave it down below. Thanks for watching, and also shout out to Fired Up Fish Tanks. Thank you so much, guys, for all your help and tips. Man, that forum is amazing. They're actually talking about things that are with aquariums and planted tanks. They're actually talking about stuff that's meant to be talked about in a Fired Up Fish Tank, for fish tank forums. So I'm so grateful to them for all their advices and experience. So thanks again. I'll keep you posted on this tank and how it does. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Bye.